Oh, it's freezing at the moment. I guess you could call this a cold open. Welcome to Jester Jesters Goes Viral. Coming up. You ready? You all, yeah? Sitting down? Got your drink and everything? You're watching? Okay. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Winter Festival time! Today is the 21st of December. Right here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's the winter solstice today. It's the first day of Yule. This is our penultimate episode of 2020. My name's Jonathan Hearn, and I'm coming to you live. That's right, I'm live. That is, if you are watching this as it goes out. I'm live! I'm live! Let's see how many of you are watching. You can see the clock in the corner there. Let's have a look. Oh, wow, 310. That's almost as many as last week. I'm gonna type something into the chat. There we go. That's the headline of the main story on the BBC News website at the moment. I'm live! I'm live! I'm live! 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 Hey, you live? I'm live. That's cool. Have a good one. I'm live. I am live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm not live. Being the winter solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere, it means it's the shortest day of 2020, which must mean it's the best day of 2020. Am I right? But it's going to be a long night. Oh, I don't mean this show. I mean the actual night. We know we're in it right now. I assume I'm not live, and I don't know when you're watching this. The show. Let's get on with the show.
During that night, a most wonderful thing happened.
Right, it's that time of the year. It's time for my Christmas song. Lights! Now! Silent night, a holy night. All is calm and all is bright. Round your virgin mother and child, holy infants so tender and mild, sleep in heaven, leave peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, a holy night. Shepherds wake at the sight. Glory stream from heaven afar. Heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And when they were coming to the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. They're silly gifts for a baby. Silent night, a holy night.
guys. I just thought let's all get together and sing a song. Great idea, gal.
Oh, so nice.
Oh, this is so lovely. I just love when us girls all get together. Imagine. Oh, that was a bad idea. No, I was going to say imagine if we all sing a line of a Christmas song.
Yeah, no, let's not do that.
Oh, yeah, no, it was awful. Yeah, that kind of was a disaster.
Oh?
No, I asked for the Queen, not Mr. Bean.
Oh, sorry.
Good evening, all. Could I run my speech by you? Test it out, hear how it sounds.
Oh, hello, Grandma.
Don't call me Granny.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty.
Oh my god, yes. Can I please beatbox when you're doing your speech? Like...
Yes, if it would appeal more to the youths. Let's rhyme it out. This year has been hard on all of us, and some may say, well, what's the fuss? I personally haven't been affected by the coronavirus. Well, back in March we got home and hid, away from this cough-containing COVID. Turns out it was only the pandemic hors d'oeuvres. It wasn't enough to flatten the curve. Besides, our economy took quite a batter. I should also mention that Black Lives Matter.
This is like so dumb.
You still haven't given up on me.
Never.
Okay, cut. Good. Thank you, Michael. If we go one more, just... You still haven't given up on me.
Never.
Okay, one more, I think, again on that. Just a little, just dial it back just a notch. You still haven't given up on me.
Never.
I feel like you've gone the other way there. Can we come back? You still haven't given up on me.
Never.
So, too punchy.
Never.
Too punchy again.
Never.
Feels weird.
Never.
Okay, just wait for action. Oh.
Never.
Creepy.
Never.
Okay, just wait for action and then we can go for it. Wait. Okay, action. You still haven't given up on me.
Never.
Huge. That is crazy. What?
Never.
Okay, look.
Never.
Michael?
Never.
Look, okay, just keep running and we'll get one of these.
Why never?
No. No improv, Michael. Let's go again.
Never.
No. Okay, one more. Here we go.
Never.
No, too small.
Never.
Almost. Okay, we're getting there.
Never.
Why are you elongating like that? Let's go again. You got this, Michael. Okay, you're doing weird stuff with your neck now. I don't understand that. Let's dial it back.
Never.
Eyes now. The eyes have gone wild.
Never.
Cut. That's perfect. Thank you. Move on, everyone.
You still haven't given up on me.
Never. Hi. Hello. As this is likely to be the last official Jester Jesters in this format, I thought it would be a good idea to dig out some of the very first material that I've ever done. I'm also not going to record this with the camera due to a number of factors. First of all, my internet is balls. I tried to send a GIF earlier and it physically aged me. Also, this is much quicker to edit out any of the mistakes and gross noises I make that the mic picks up. And lastly, it was my birthday last night, so big thanks to all the birthday wishes I got, especially to David for that lovely message via John. Always appreciated. So, with that being said, I am literally hanging out of my own dick from drinking 1,000 cocktails last night, made primarily of raw booze. Socially distanced, of course, tier 4 cocktails over a screen. It's categorically not drinking on your own. I just imagined very hard that the people were actually there with me doing karaoke, and it was so convincing that the neighbours complained. A sign of any good party or night. Completely paying for it now, though. Here's a list that sums up exactly how I feel. I feel like boiled bread. I feel like a wet dog in a dress. I feel like a newborn in a Dutch sauna. I feel like a ghost at an out-of-hand orgy. I feel like a hawk in a bin, or a squid in a lift, or a bee in a handbag, or a spider at an illegal rave, or a pig trapped in an office maze after everyone's left, or simply
like a sucked cock. It's frankly one of those hangovers where your arse writes checks that it can't cash. You know, one of those ones where you can ominously feel your own heartbeat only in your anus. And I don't mean the planet, I mean my bum. I don't know how the planet would work. So you sort of feel dead, but you're kind of jostled on by this pounding, pulsating beat to keep on going. Horrible. I think it's been rigorously well documented that hangovers get worse the older you get. What better day to find that out than on your birthday? It's gotten to the point now where I haven't even taken the first sip. I can already feel my temples starting to buzz like a hive of bees, as if to say, don't fuck with me. Don't even try, because I will get you. You won't know where. You don't know when. But I will get you. Then bam, it's 6 o'clock in the morning and you've just been reborn backwards into a room that feels like Francis Bacon's studio bin. And your eyes are at a temperature where you could comfortably fry eggs. Or bacon. Or sausages. Maybe some beans. Maybe try and incorporate all the breakfasts. Get some Ulster fry going on there. Maybe some Scottish breakfast as well. Try and get a full English Brexit going on. A meal that would probably have to involve the Welsh as well. So I don't know, like cheese on toast for breakfast. Is that a thing? I don't know. But it sounds disgusting and hard to stomach. A bit like Brexit. And you wake up and it's bad because you've got that phenomenon that happens when you've drunk too much, which I like to call full relaxed face. Everything just goes slack in your face and you can only use one eye to focus on anything. It's horrible. And there's a terrible foreboding because someone has sellotaped a wooden spoon to one of your hands and a minestrone cup of soup to the other, and then taking the time to write Mr. Twat so it reads the correct way in a mirror. The bizarre calling cards of events unknown. And if you're a young person, you've got the walk of shame as well. You have to go home feeling this way. And it's like something out of Eastern European cinema. There's a soundtrack of a maudlin waltz comprised of trumpets and strings that spurs you on as you pass the assembling crowds of gaunt mustachioed farmers with their gaunt mustachioed dogs and their gaunt mustachioed children, with a grim mixture of hatred and patriotism and disgust as you stumble past, clutching onto a samosa weighted down by the 3 invisible duvets of shame and bits of sick. Been a while since I've had a night like that, but it has happened. It is bizarre having a birthday so close to Christmas. Like I said last week, I would be normally back home in Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland, a lot like a loaf of Hova's best of both. Nobody knows what to do with it, but it's actually quite nice despite the violence. But I would usually fly home with Ryanair, the Irish airline. We know it's Irish for a number of reasons. It shows up late. It never leaves when you want to, doesn't know where it's going, and it won't shut up about gambling and booze. I think the only thing missing from that, frankly, racist list of cliches is a couple of greyhounds and a horse running freely down the aisle of the aircraft like some kind of blinkered Hovis advert from the past. Try the best of both. It's nice. Come to Ireland. It's good. You won't get shot or kneecapped. It's all water under the bridge now. Of course, if you say it's all water under the bridge, there's a high likelihood someone might pop up and go, aye, but who owns the water? That bridge has got ecclesiastical connotations. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth while putting words in the main. It's like winding your clocks back hundreds of years. I've also slowly gleaned over the last couple of years that other people have the tradition of Christmas that is closely connected to Star Wars. That might seem like an alien concept, Star Wars literally being an alien concept, but it makes total sense to me. It's something that we always put on at Christmas. And I remember back in the early heydays of the 90s, getting a Gateway 2000 PC and being told explicitly that it's not a gaming machine, and about 7 minutes later it was a gaming machine. And with that came Windows 95. You know, you had a video of Weezer singing Buddy Holly in the style of Happy Days. Happy Days. And Encarta 95, which was a bit like a pre-Wikipedia disk-based encyclopedia that had no information on it whatsoever. But it did have a few clips from famous films. One was the bit in Star Wars where they're trying to escape the Death Star and Obi-Wan Kenobi sort of sacrifices himself. Spoilers. And Luke, you know, it's going, no. And I was watching this over and over again, all the stormtroopers coming out. I didn't know what they were. I thought they might be robots. But there's like fucking lasers and shit going all over the place. And my dad came into the office and looked at me and was like, what the hell are you doing? And I was like, I just don't know what this is, but this is incredible. And he's like, that's Star Wars. And I said, what's Star Wars? And he goes, right, stop watching. This will not stand. I think he said. And then that very Christmas, I got a VHS set of the 3 special remastered, whatever, the first special effect remastered versions of the 3 films with, had Jabba added in and, special effects and stuff. I didn't know that was, sacrilege at the time. How would I have done? But it was very exciting. I watched them all over the course of 3 days. I wasn't allowed to watch them all in one go. But it was amazing. I was filled with this dread because I think someone had told me that Luke joined the dark side. So I was watching all this optimistic, questing, filled with dread that, by the end of it, Luke was going to, become a baddie. And then he didn't. So that was pointless. I even asked my dad, does Luke become bad? And he was like, you'll have to see. And I was like, fuck. So yeah, needless stress throughout that. But the one thing that really grabbed me was the music. John Williams in a full orchestra. The music was incredible. Massive set pieces really brought to life by these huge rising pieces of music. How any of these tracks could jump into another piece of music seamlessly at any given point. Essentially, I always thought it'd be funny to see what that would be like in the editing suite, to suddenly jump, have da 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 da. Da, 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 da. No, that's too early. You can't do that. You can't do that. Okay, it works, but you have to let the music breathe a bit. Okay. No. No. Or or it's just it always tickled me, just prematurely jumping into the main theme at a drop of a hat. Anyway, if this is to be the last Jester Jesters of this format, it seems apt to end on the very first piece of stand-up I ever wrote. It's also apt because it's a Christmas-themed thing as well, one of my oldest cherished memories. So, essentially, it goes like this. If you've ever been a child, as I have, and I've checked, you might remember the classic animated film by Raymond Briggs, The Snowman. It's a film that no child should be allowed to watch. It's a film in which a little boy builds a snowman that comes to life, a snowman that comes to life and can ride a motorcycle, a snowman that comes to life, can ride a motorcycle and can fly. He flies the little boy past the Aurora Borealis over singing blue whales before landing at the North Pole, where all the snowmen in the world are having a well-safe mashup, that's an old reference, with Father Christmas, who gives the boy the most beautiful scarf I've ever seen. And I'm not ashamed to say that because I love a good scarf. And then they all dance, the paralytic snowmen and a pissed up Santa, all dancing up in the little boy's face. They probably even give him a beer on the sly, because he is 9, but, like a bad uncle would. We've all got one. And then they fly home, and the boy's like, oh, I've had a great day, me. He's from Brighton, so I don't know why he has that accent. And he can't imagine how things could get any better, but no, they don't get better, because the next day, the little boy's new best friend has melted, presumed dead, he's definitely dead, and the shot pans out, and the little boy stands on his own in a field of melting snow, clutching onto his scarf, the gifted scarf, the sole memento of that magical night. Then the music starts, the deep, minor arpeggio chords play, and a solitary Welsh choir boy sings a very sad, very high-pitched song, alluding very heavily to death. Now, what message does that send out to a 4-year-old child in front of a television? Now, what does he derive from that starkly contrasted emotional tour de force? Is it a metaphor for impending adulthood? A metaphor for the inevitability of death? Perhaps it's a sentiment suggesting that we should all live life to its fullest before it's all over. Or maybe just don't ever build a fucking snowman ever again. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the child is too busy crying. I'm crying because I don't understand why everything has gone so brutally wrong during the closing moments of what was previously a joyous film to watch. However, crying aside, it never stopped me from demanding that it be put on 1,000,000 times a day, like some kind of deranged 4-year-old sadomasochist with Stockholm Syndrome, metaphysically handcuffed to an emotional radiator that you can't saw yourself off from. No, I would just run out of the room just before the movie got to the end screaming, no, 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 it's a cyclic narrative that starts where it ends and the whole thing resets itself and it's fine as long as you keep going back to the start forever and ever and ever and ever. In saying that, it's a much better childhood film than When the Wind Blows, Raymond Briggs' other film about a post-apocalyptic account of an elderly couple slowly dying from radiation fallout in the north. Didn't like that one. That wasn't... If anything, that was worse. And it's memories like these that we should try to hold on to. Like the desperate IT consultant from Stoke grabbing at all the gold tickets in the final stage of the Crystal Maze. "Start the fans, please," Richard O'Brien would say, wielding his harmonica, probably. In this case, the analogy, of course, is that the gold tokens represent our fragmented memories. The ever-deductible silver tokens representing alcohol and drugs, of which there's always more. And of course, as always, if you collect more silver than the gold, it will result in becoming an automatic shut-in. Lovely cheery Christmas material, written God knows how long ago. I'm going to say 12 years ago. It's hard to tell because of all the alcohol and drugs. Only joking. It was 12 years ago. My memory's fine. Merry Christmas. And see you next week.
Every year, Book Trust ask for £10. Donate £10 and a child in care will receive a book for Christmas. Now, I love a good prank as much as the next person, but haven't these kids been through enough? What are they getting for Christmas lunch? Salad? Oh, no. I know you want roast potatoes, but salad's so much better for you. Save the books for the kids with parents, surely. My primary school banned books from the school Secret Santa because the headmistress was worried that people would come away disappointed, and she wanted to bring back the cane. Books for Christmas, though, that's too cruel. So last year, it's a true story, I considered setting up a rival campaign where people would donate £10 and we would give kids, stuff they wanted. So I went on Amazon and I looked up Transformers, essentially to see how much they cost, to see whether it would be viable to do this. They were completely sold out. A couple of weeks before Christmas, completely sold out, which I thought, well, that's probably not that surprising, I guess. Probably one of the most popular gifts at Christmas. So I tried Barbies instead. Again, completely sold out. And again, I thought, well, it's probably one of the most requested presents. I guess I shouldn't be all that surprised. Then I did a search for books. Still have billions of them. Kids don't want books for Christmas. That's it. That was my Christmas message. Bye-bye.
Hi, Sean.
Catherine, hello and hello to you all. Welcome to 2 Minutes of Pat and Math. Catherine.
Oh, Sean, I had no idea that you joined the Labour Party, but nice tie. And today we're asking, do you really want to hurt me?
Okay. Yes, I do. I really do. I mean, just everything about you. I mean, it's not just your voice. It's your face, it's your hair, your manners. I mean, even your hands. Everything about you makes me want to hurt you.
Oh.
Yeah, well, don't ask questions if you don't want the answer.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, them the breaks. What about you? Do you really want to hurt me?
Well, now I do. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, nobody wants to hurt me more than me. But also, nobody wants to hurt you more than me either.
So, yeah, I was expecting something. Yeah. Who would you hurt first? You or me?
Obviously, I would hurt you first. Because if I hurt me first and then go for you,
yeah,
I might not be as capable because I'll be hurt.
Yeah, you'd have reduced your effectiveness.
Yeah, and I really want to hurt you.
Yeah.
I want to make you cry because you're hurt. Physically, not emotionally.
Yeah.
That'll come later.
Well, I mean, it's good. It's terrifying, but good that you've got a strategy.
Yeah.
But for fuck's sake, sort those hands out. Christ.
Oh, what's wrong with my hands?
You know.
Hey man, what's up? Nothing much, just fishing for a metaphor. See you've appeared again. Usual time, usual place. What have you come to tell me this year? Carpe diem, man! You've got to seize the day. Today's the day where everything changes. You can't sit in the kitchen listening to Russ Abbott and fishing for poo. Firstly, poo is a metaphor, and secondly, Atmosphere by Russ Abbott is a seminal song which should be appreciated. But I've got great plans for 2021. Everything we're going to do. We're going to learn Japanese, we're going to become a vegan, we're going to become super fit and hench. What else are we going to do? We're going to save a whale, or save the whale. Okay, learning Japanese, Kenichi no. Becoming super fit? Maybe. Save a whale? No. I like whales, but I can't save all of them. Come on man, you gotta reach for the stars. Climb every mountain higher? Reach! Follow that rainbow. Reach! My dreams will all come true. Never seen it before. So obvious. Reach!
A friend of mine said that if you go to the McDonald's drive-through at night, it doesn't really count. But I'm finding that was only true for the first 16 laps. I am really flagging now. And my self-esteem. It's not what it was.
Well, Saviour's Day is so very nearly with us, as close as the end of COVID restrictions usually gets, before Boris snatches it away like the soulless sadist he has so obviously shown himself to be.
But of course you'll all vote for him again, because, England, you're a nation of psychopaths with no redemption at all.
But, I hear you cry, and I can hear you, will there be turkey for Christmas? Yes, this time, if you're middle class. Next year it will be chlorinated chicken.
What you deserve you vote for. You won, get over it.
If, however, you're choosing this moment to be picky and choosy and fussy, well, you can always try some alternative Christmas foodstuffs, like the following.
Pickled answers.
Trivia has a taste, and in bygone times gone by, the festive season was the time to enjoy this flavoursome sensation. Simply get all the answers to your favourite quiz questions, like those from Trivial Pursuit or Soluble Riddle Cheeks, and paste them onto some chicken drumsticks. Baste them, sprinkle with stock cubes, serve in gravy. Your guests will say. Well, I never knew that.
Well, I never knew that.
Wobbly coroner.
'tis the season to be jelly. And what better way than looking up your local coroner and casting his likeness in actual jelly? By law, all police coroners are required to have a mould made of them, thanks to an ancient bylaw brought in by Clement Attlee. If asked, they cannot refuse a request such as this. And why not invite them over to eat of themselves as confectionery? As they do it, fix them with a penetrating stare and say, "All things must pass." Samuel L. Jackson's authentic spider pancakes. The famous film star is renowned for playing Nick Fury, Jules Winfield, and Embargilo Delatrion, the fart panda from the archipelago of Guffs. But he's also famous for this Yuletide treat, which resembles a normal pancake, but you lure spiders into it with the promise of dried apricot, the spider's favourite treat. Once in the frying pan as part of the batter mix, spiders are required by their prenup agreements to stay there and are surprisingly sweet, especially when served with brandy butter and a cape made of sage. Pigs in truncheons. Like pigs in blankets, but huge and useful as a cosh. A bra full of peanuts. Fairly easy to make. See figure 1.
Figgy missiles.
Like the conventional warheads of your average intercontinental ballistic missile with inboard computer course correction, but made of lovely fruitcake. Other sweetmeats and dandled anchors you might like to try include chafed walnuts in brine, clandestine Brenda's lentil trimester, and Dr. David Banner's coagulated arms. In the meantime, farewell from 2020, and all hail the Eldritch Mage.
Well, hello everyone. I thought it would be nice to do some Christmas songs as it's nearly Christmas. And what I've done is I put a little clever spin on them and made them sort of related to like COVID and Brexit and things like that. I don't think anyone's had that idea before. So, hope you enjoy it. Now that we've stopped mingling, bells stop jingling too. I think that we're in trouble, but I wanna form a bubble with you. Because the world is crumbling, government stumbling too. Come on and share my rubble in a COVID bubble for two. It's up, it's up, who cares? Just look at the polls. Doesn't seem to matter what they do. It's up, lockdown. Just kidding, have fun. And they keep on messing up, need to learn a lesson or two. Couldn't find their brains with Hubble, so I'm safe in my bubble with you. Now I'm really over it, will next year be COVID hit too. Just watch the cases double, I'll stay in this bubble with you. Seems the R rate's truly frightful, but this money is too delightful. With no decisions cause we don't know. Let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping, but I brought my mates for stocking. Business is getting slow. Let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. Now we finally gotten a deal. I hate that we've left the EU. It's another audacious deal from the many to give to the few. When the country is slowly dying, it seems they're barely trying. New Zealand seems the place to go. Let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. Now they finally closed the borders. Seems they're trying to avoid us. Nowhere that we can go. Let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. Right-wing baby, just slip your message underneath mine. It's fine. It's an awful bad take. Right-wing baby, I'm blocking you on Twitter tonight. Right-wing baby, with outdated reactionary views. Fuck you. I'm not taking the bait, right-wing baby. I'm blocking you on Twitter tonight. Think of all the time I've lost. Think of all the sanity that it's cost. Next year I'll be living in bliss when all the trolls have at last been tossed. Right-wing baby, now you're retweeting that cunt Lawrence Fox. You're cocks. Society has moved on. Right-wing baby, I'm blocking you on Twitter tonight. And that was my Christmas songs. Hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and excellent 2021. Just doesn't feel likely though, does it? Merry Christmas then. Merry Christmas.
And that's it. That's the end of Jester Jesters Goes Viral. I'm just out walking the dogs. Where are the dogs? Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to everyone who was a part of this episode. Please share this around online. We'd much appreciate it. Also, you can donate towards the show if you go to jesterjesters.com. We'll be back next Monday. It'll be our final episode of 2020, and we're going to do something a little bit special. I shot the start of this episode before the last-minute rule change recently. I hope you have as good a week as you can. Peace and love to you all. This time last year, we just elected this Tory government. And although they didn't bring us the pandemic, they have been fucking awful with it. And I do hope that everyone remembers that next time there is an election. Thank you and good night. Season's greetings.